And we are live on the socials. We go live on Facebook. We go live on LinkedIn. We go live on YouTube. It's all very exciting what technology allows us to do. Jenny, here comes the introduction. You're listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Grow Clinton is a 501c6 nonprofit economic community development and tourism organization based in Clinton, Iowa. For more information, visit growclinton.com. Again, that's growclinton.com. Now, back to the show. First rule of podcasting, you don't talk during the intro. Jenny.
I laughed. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh. What's happening? All you beautiful people out there in podcast land. Thank you for tuning in to this 149th episode of the Grow Clinton podcast, recorded on this beautiful day, the 27th day of August, 2025. As always, I am your host, Andy Sokolovich, the president of Grow Clinton, joined by our director of community and member relations, Jenny, home from the office. Jenny, what's happening?
Hey, we had a great board meeting today.
We did have a great board meeting today. You know, it went a little longer than I like, but we got a lot of things discussed that shared a tremendous amount of information. There were so many things that we do here at Grow Clinton on a monthly basis. It is very difficult to capture the attention of our board of directors for over 60 minutes and be able to relay all that information and seek feedback. So we kind of race through it pretty quickly. Yeah. But that's the nature of the beast. I think every board goes through that, you know.
Sometimes I think it's hard for them to process all of that because we are kind of rapid fire talking about what we do, but we're busy. Busy.
Yes. You know who else is busy, Jenny?
Who?
Well, that's right. Miles Communications. This podcast is powered by Miles Communications, offering us wicked fast, high-speed fiber internet. Be sure to check them out. MilesTelephone.com, milestelephone.com. If they're not in your neck of the woods, they are coming your way soon. Give Scott Bodie a call. milestelephone.com, also offering television and telephone services. Great show today, JENNY.
I like that. Okay, anyway, I'm so interested in this show today because there's been a bit of a change in the company, and I'm excited to hear about it.
So we are joined by Sarah and John from Tri-City Group. You may have seen them. You may know them as Tri-City Electric, but things are changing. You guys are expanding and growing, doing some amazing things. Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast.
Oh, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Sarah, what do you do at Tri-City Group?
Well, so I do workforce planning for all the companies. I'm involved with a lot of community outreach as well.
Okay. That's it?
That's a lot. That's a lot. Community outreach.
She's so modest.
I first thought we would have to shut her down. She's going to talk so much, but
you said,
that is modest.
It's hard to put into words. You always say it's hard to put into words what the relationship aspect is of a business, and that community outreach, it can be very hectic.
Yeah, no doubt. And then John, he's kind of a local guy. Born and raised Miles, Miles, Iowa.
We used to jokingly say it was miles away from nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
huge.
It's lovely.
I know, but when you're growing up, you think, wow, we've got to drive 20, 30 minutes to do much of anything.
So that's the voice of John Amman. Like jammin' without the J. We just learned that before we launched the show.
Spotter.
So John, being a local guy, how did you get involved in Tri-City Group, and what is your position with the organization?
Within Tri-City Group, I've been here 2 years. So I wear two hats, one officially, one kind of semi-unofficially, but one is director of our automated solutions group. So we actually have about 17 different divisions, which we'll get to maybe in a little bit. So that's primary. And then the other is I'm also in the business development team. So helping out primarily our industrial group, figuring out where we can have some synergies that cross over and overlap.
So you're the guy that has a credit card with a big expense account on it, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Whenever we go to Professional Developers of Iowa, which is a group based in Iowa, all economic developers from around the state, we always try to find the construction guy or somebody who has a credit card.
Who has the expense account.
That has an expense account, and just follow them from bar to bar to bar. Yeah. So it's always good to put a friendly face to that name.
And speaking of hats, they brought us some swag.
Yeah, we got some Tri-City Group hats up there on
not quite the Lumber Kings green, but it's close. It's Tri-City green, so I thought it was close.
I love it.
Yeah. So Sarah, clue me in a little bit on Tri-City Group now, again, formerly known as Tri-City Electric. As John said, there's 17 different components of this business.
I'd say 15 to 17, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Losing so many that we're losing count. What has that meant for the growth and development of the company?
Well, in terms of workforce, it's obviously really expanded. It's opened up a lot of opportunities for skilled trades positions, also a lot of positions in the office for support roles.
Yeah. Now, do you find that obviously we have pioneers and ambassadors out there really pounding the drum regarding skilled trades like here in Grow Clinton, we're focused heavily on those students that maybe a 4-year degree is not their trajectory. They're looking to do something closer to home, and securing a certificate in a trade. Do you see it becoming more popular? Have you had to go out and really kind of strong arm people to be interested in it? What is your expectations for the company in regards to workforce, and what have you seen?
Yeah, so I've seen this coming for a while. I'm glad that I feel like COVID kind of propelled it a little bit quicker. I feel like a lot of people are getting very interested in other options beyond the college education.
Yeah.
For a number of reasons.
College debt probably is a big one.
College debt being one. But then also, you look at the oversaturation of college degrees, and you look at the under and unemployment of people with college degrees right now as well. And it's just been very oversaturated. Yeah. I feel like the biggest obstacle in terms of workforce and in terms of getting people interested in the skilled trades are trying to reach parents and get the messaging out.
I totally agree with you.
Parents.
100%. For sure.
I do a lot with K-12, with higher ed, with community organizations. But it's been very difficult to reach the parents and get the messaging to them.
And to change their minds. I mean, that's the thing, is you got to influence them and make them realize that manufacturing in 2025 is different than manufacturing back when the movie Flashdance was filmed and there were sparks flying everywhere. And
it was a shot at the vintage crowd.
Yeah. Or Rudy, Rudy Rudiger working in a steel mill or whatever it was. I mean, these manufacturing plants, and I'm sure your operations too, are very clean, comfortable to work in. And there's a lot of opportunity for these young professionals to experience what that is like. But we have to change the narrative with the parents, because the parents are still, even when your child is a junior or senior in high school, you don't realize how much influence you have on the decisions they make.
Sarah, you also brought up a good point, and that is that it's not all the trades and everything, but you have support roles within your company too. And so what do you see in that? I mean, what type of roles would you be discussing?
Yeah, so I think that's what's like the really exciting thing about the construction industry is, and what people I really need to pay attention to also is not just looking at a career, but looking at the industry and what the industry offers in terms of the career. Right. So what I mean by that is when you look at an apprenticeship, for example, or really any office position, like a support role, there's different ways that you can get there. There's not a clear-cut path like other professions. You can get there from point A, point B, point C, but all roads are going to lead to point D. And so that's, kind of to your point around the narrative of an apprenticeship, that opens up doors to a lot of different opportunities, whether it's, going into an office position, going into project management, safety, an estimator, or you can stay in the field and move up that way and move up into a foreman or another position, or you have the ability to go back and forth. And there are very few industries that offer the opportunities that the construction industry offers. Right. And, having that capability of going back and forth and movement. Yeah.
So get into it, learn about it. And as you continue to progress throughout your career, identify what component of the construction industry is right for you.
So the hands-on side of it, I mean, I think even just years ago, I think one of the worst things that we did as a culture, is at least even in Miles, was somewhere along the line. I think, not to indict one school, but it just seemed like we lost the shop class.
Right.
We lost the interest there to between the parents, the guidance counselors, just to kind of make the skilled trades just really appealing and attractive. I don't think we do that well enough. Their attention is sadly on the smartphone, right? We were kind of joking before, like some of our kids almost have their relationships with their thumbs, and we kind of mock it a little bit, but at the same token, that's just what they've grown up with. So how do we change that conversation to make the trades more appealing? Talk about the fact that, a lot of our electricians, skilled trades, millwrights, ironworkers, what they actually earn.
Well, and that's what Andy brought that good point up, was that, kind of compare the debt that you come out with your potential income.
Correct.
So, I mean, you come out of 4 years, ouch, that's going to be a lot of money.
Well, those skills that are in demand, I know a few union millwrights that travel quite a bit of time, but then when they're back here, they're buying a bit like businesses, buildings, rental homes that they're flipping. I mean, they have disposable income, so they got nice trucks too.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So again, Tri-City Group, formerly known as Tri-City Electric, you guys have everything, and you're looking for all sorts of specialized areas of expertise, including obviously skilled trades like electrician, millwrights, steelworkers, automation, engineering, integration, IT services, fire protection, renewable energy, and so much more. You guys aren't just electric. There's really nothing from start to finish in the construction process. And I believe you're doing a little bit of like construction management as well too, like project management, or you're not just a sub. I mean, you guys are doing a project actually out in Lincoln Way Industrial Rail and Air Park in partnership with Atlas Roofing Corporation.
Yes. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. Just, we were established in 1895. We predate the Quad Cities. People often forget that. So some things have changed and a lot of things haven't changed. The culture and the people that are within our organization is really what makes it sing and makes it grow. I think the big part of kind of who we are is just that culture. Confidence delivered is not just a tagline. It's who we are. So it really, I would say, encapsulates who we are in the way that if there's a job to get done for our general contractor partners, for the end user, the owner of the building, for example, Atlas, is to just put as many resources and core competencies in those niche divisions that we have to ensure that we get the job done for the customer.
You guys have been integral throughout the entire Atlas Roofing project. From the time they selected that location, Tri-City was at the table. And you've been there ever since. And we owe you a huge debt of gratitude, because during that whole construction process, there was a few hiccups, and you guys just came in and took care of things, really took control and ensured they maintained locked on to an end goal and remained focused.
Yeah, it's a funny story how that happens. It almost feels like kind of one of those small town Kevin Bacon degrees of separation, where just went up and kind of had a conversation with the site lead, and we started talking about just different things we were interested in, just like you do when you're from a small town.
Right.
And one thing led to another. He said, "Do you have something to kind of pitch me?
Yeah. Are you here for something?
Is there a reason that we're here?"
Yeah.
And
do we just become best friends?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we walked through a few things. You peel the onion back, kind of like we're doing now, just all the different divisions and offerings that we have. But the intention was to grow Clinton. The intention was to ensure that what Atlas was trying to accomplish to grow and scale their business within this market, this region, was successful. And so a week later, calls back and said, "Hey, what do you got next Wednesday at noon?" And I said, "Well, I've got something, I can move it. What's up?" He says, "Well, I've got some corporate guys coming in town, and we've got some things to talk about, and bring your fire protection person and bring this." And so we had a conversation. You think, okay, where's this going? And one thing led to another, and we brought in some of our other strategic partners to really take off. And
you were deeply embedded there, and it's all because you built that relationship.
It speaks to huge to what a relationship can do in business.
Yeah.
So you guys are growing. 59?
1895.
1890. Yeah, close enough. 1895. That's insane.
Jump in your DeLorean for a second.
So
just go back and think.
Do you know the origin story behind that?
I would love to say that I have that story perfectly in my mind, but I don't. Yeah, it's from downtown Davenport to our current headquarters on the north end of Davenport. It's come a long way. We also have brick and mortar in Des Moines. We have footprint in the Cedar Rapids corridor market. do some work in Clinton, Dubuque. Our home base is primarily the Midwest, but we have done or are doing work in about 47 states.
Wow.
Oh my
How do you
gosh.
find out about these projects throughout 47 states?
I would say it goes back to relationships.
Yeah.
Just I think what's happened over the course of time, if you looked at our website and you pull it up and you see all these different divisions and services, it's largely come either through just organic demand through some of our business partners and strategic partners, or through acquisition. So in some cases, we've acquired folks like our Millwright team was a business that we acquired in 2017, just an opportunity that presented itself. And then the last couple of years, both the Millwright Group and the Ironworks division have had just phenomenal growth. And largely because, our business partners are asking us, hey, you guys should really get into this. So then all of a sudden, hey, can you do precast tilt-up walls? Sure. Can you do the steel package for a building? Sure. Do you have millwrights to go set equipment? Yeah, we can do that as well.
Wow.
And so it's just kind of that subliminal, what do you do and what do you not do? So
yeah. And you mentioned acquisition. Recently, you added 3 companies to the Tri-City Group brand. Is it Treiber Construction? Treiber Construction.
Another good Quad City family business since 1929, I believe it is.
Wow. So a lot of longevity there.
Mm-hmm.
Industrial Steel Erectors.
Yes.
And then R&B Masonry to better support projects for your clients in your service area, which we realize now is everywhere.
Yeah.
And that was right at the same time when we rebranded essentially from Tri-City Electric to Tri-City Group to better reflect just the offerings that we have. And so Treiber was a really good fit for us. Their family business aligns very similar to the Palmer family that owns Tri-City Electric, third generation business. So we're very proud of that. We're proud of bringing in 3 established businesses that have a phenomenal reputation for quality.
Yeah. It's cool that you can go, somebody can ask you on one project all the things that they need. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun to have a lot of tools under your tool belt in that way. I was asked recently, what drew you to Tri-City? And I just said that I've known a lot of folks that have worked there for years, but to get up every morning and have kind of those just Swiss Army knife where you can just grab this gear or this tool to take care of your customers, it kind of makes it exciting to wear the jersey, I kind of say.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did an interview recently and somebody asked me well, what does that mean? I said, well, you get up and you're kind of wearing the orange and green of Tri-City. And so you're proud to represent it because of the team that you have behind you, the people that are in our organization. It makes it a lot of fun.
Well, it's very similar to being a Philadelphia Eagles fan. That's what I equated to.
I knew that was coming.
Here it comes.
You can see Jalen Hurts Funko Pop right there, #1 Super Bowl champion. Sarah, do you know Jalen Hurts by any chance?
No.
Do you know are you an Eagles fan?
No, I'm not.
Well, come on.
Now she lived in Texas for a little while, so
don't tell me.
Okay,
you're
good.
wearing the star.
I didn't want you guys to have to fight over there. I just want to make sure.
No, we're good.
Jenny's significant other is a Dallas fan, so I give him crap all the time. And
they have it
they
coming.
actually had there's a meme that's all over social media right now. It says you can count Taylor Swift as receiving more rings in the most recent history than the Dallas Cowboys.
It's
so
true.
We have to talk about the engagement already. Is
yeah.
that where
We talked about it yesterday.
We
You
did.
missed out.
We were on the cutting edge of that. So
yeah, we stay hip to all that stuff. We have Google alerts and all sorts of things.
Some
Sarah,
of us are diehard Bears fans, so it's just it is what it is.
We all have hobbies. Sarah, you got a big job ahead of you. I mean, that's a lot of now when you do like workforce recruitment, development, just general awareness of the careers that are available at Tri-City Group, and you have 15 different options under that umbrella. That's a pretty broad spectrum. So what is your action plan to recruit people to continue to fill that pipeline?
Yeah, so it's actually easier than it sounds.
Awesome.
I personalize it to the groups that I'm talking to, the people I'm talking with. There is so much variety with what we do, so it's really easy to get people excited, get people interested, talk about the different career pathways and the pathways beyond that, right? And going even beyond that, really focusing on the company itself. I think that's the biggest seller by far.
Like the culture,
right?
Beyond the culture, though. I mean, I feel like people are the culture at Tri-City. My background is in human resources, and I have not worked for an organization that has functioned as well internally as Tri-City. And that says a lot. I mean, it's just culture is, I mean, a very trendy word to use, but
Sure.
I mean, you know, if you take that out and you remove it, it just comes down to the people. And what I think really what Tri-City does so well is they hire with intention. So when you have that intentional hiring and, you know, you're hiring intentionally for a team,
You're just not
it's
checking a box.
effortlessly contributing towards, you know, the movement and the functionality of that department and,
Yep.
and the company. So, so yes, I'm talking about the roles that are available, but you know, also highlighting the opportunities that are in the industry, but then above and beyond that, highlighting the company.
Do you have internships, apprenticeships, all the above? What's it look like?
Oh, I mean, we have apprenticeships galore. I mean, that's what we're kind of built on, right?
You guys union, non-union?
We are union.
Okay.
And so that's another really great thing about being in the construction industry and being a union contractor is that it does open up opportunities throughout the country, you know, for
Sure.
projects. But then it also affords people the opportunity to work locally in their community, work regionally, work, you know, within the Midwest, or you also have opportunities to travel, you know, temporarily. If you want to relocate, you can do that as well. So having your union card affords you a lot of different, you know, a lot of advantages and opportunities.
I read an article about what the younger people are attracted to in business in their careers, and what they're looking for is a way to move up, to have a career path like you're talking about. So I think that's part of, you know, the culture of getting great candidates for your job is that you guys will help them through that. You have that plan to do that. And that seems to be what's important.
Not every employer has that ladder system where you can continue to climb. We're a perfect example. You know, as a small nonprofit, if you are looking for career progression and it's beyond a director position, you're more likely to have to move on or run over me with your car. And I can say that jokingly because I was in their shoes. You know, when I worked for the Clinton Regional Development Corporation, I thought, well, one day I want to be the president of the organization. What does that look like? Well, the president had to leave.
Yeah.
So I have the battle scars to prove it. I mean, I rode through some really poor leadership and survived. I got to the point where I could continue to advance in my own career, but being within the same company, the same employer, and having that opportunity to grow and develop. I mean, we talk to Joe Hoinkes all the time, who's the site manager out at Lyondell-Basell in the Clinton complex. And some of those site managers, which is another term for like plant manager, the big wig locally, they started as operators, like working hourly or on a flex schedule. And now they're running high density, low density polyethylene plants.
Well, you have that practical experience. And I think that's a big part of it is not being afraid to kind of roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty. And it might be that the skilled trades is that path. It might be that maybe a student, because they were encouraged by their parent or guidance counselor or someone to go towards that 4-year degree, and then they get there and think, oh, I don't want to do this. And so I think there's just a lot of practical examples. For example, I have a family that I'm fairly close with that recently said they're graduating senior this past year. Said, I don't really know if I want to go to a 4-year degree. I want to go be an electrician. I said, fantastic.
Yeah.
We would love that. And so connected that with our team. And he now has a position in our prefabrication shop. We were taking a group of strategic business partners through our prefab shop recently, and I look over, there he is, and it was his second day. And I walked over and shook his hand and said, man, thank you so much. This is fantastic. I get to earn while I learn. I get to actually, you know, practically learn the trade while I'm going through my apprentice program.
And you can take those trades anywhere.
Yes.
You know, it's like a 4-year degree. You can take your trade anywhere.
My wife's cousin is going through your apprenticeship right now.
Oh, fantastic.
I won't mention his name just in case.
Same.
I hope he's doing well.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it offline. But I won't call him out. But he was the same way. He left the house, went off, dipped his toes in the college waters, and realized, not for me. And he was looking for something that he felt more connected to, and it's great. Plus, I'm an electrician's best friend from the residential side because I know just enough to be dangerous.
I'm going to DIY until I need you to come fix what I screwed up.
So I will call you, be like, hey, dude, so this light didn't work. And I tried to fix it. Now none of my lights in the house work.
Right.
What did I do? My stepdad is a commercial electrician. He, was for years. So not only do you have the skill set to take on a career that is lucrative and in demand, but then you also can apply that skill and that knowledge to your home life.
Right.
Because just think of how much you spend calling people in that industry to fix things that you broke.
Right.
So if you know how to do it right the first time,
100%.
it's just so many different benefits to it. So I really encourage all students. And we had even like Ryan Burney, who is the president of Clinton Engineering that falls under the McCarthy Bush umbrella locally here in Clinton. When he was looking for an internship, he came knocking on the door at Clinton Engineering when he was just a kid.
Yeah.
And he met John Totten, who's now retired from there, was a project manager, ultimately got involved after college with the group and now serves as president of Clinton Engineering. So again, goes to show you, if you're looking for career progression, if you're looking for influence, if you're looking for seniority, it's available.
And think about all the connections between Clinton Engineering, McCarthy Bush, Atlas,
Linwood
Mining. There's an interesting background story. That
Linwood's not. I mean, if Linwood didn't exist, we wouldn't have Atlas Roofing Corporation.
Yeah.
So
I
there's
think
a lot
it's
of cool
great
things.
that the company, though, you can go into an employer and they're so supportive of that, and they're in on it.
Yeah.
And it's not guesswork. It's if you do this, you can do that.
It's built in, like the career progression is built in.
Right.
But I mean, to your point too, the construction industry is in such high demand of people. You aren't capped for growth. And again, that's another rarity for a lot of industries. Like you were saying, you get into a lot of other positions or companies and you're capped out. You're waiting for one person to retire in 20 years, and then you might have an opportunity to move up, or else you're going to have to move out to move up. And that is not the case with Tri-City.
Yeah, it's baked in. To Sarah's point, it's baked in, and I would say that's from our leadership and just like your leadership here, Andy, in terms of what you all have been able to accomplish. Your team has been able to accomplish. I'm fond of it because I'm from the area, and so I have a soft spot for that, which I'm just excited about. But on our side too, just our leadership, Dan Palmer and now Doug, who has just always had, I think my boss always says that Doug has these golden binoculars to just really diversify the business, to make sure that you've got all these different offerings to take care of the region, to ensure that if you're talking to site selections, what are the things they need? Power, we need water, and land, infrastructure,
rail,
people.
Yep. People,
bodies, people, process, purpose. So those are things that are then within the business, but then to grow that region, I think those are the key pieces.
A friend of mine wrote a book on economic development. He said, no product, no project.
Right.
What he's basically saying is get your crap together because that's a product.
Right.
If you're just all loosey goosey and have a field out there that has some alfalfa growing on it and you think it's going to be the next big economic development site, it's a long stretch, my friend. You got to get it all out there. And we've been able to do that successfully with the Lincoln Way Industrial Rail and Air Park. Yeah. Sarah, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Again, your headshot is much better than John's. So
it's amazing.
She has like a professional headshot. John, glamour shots by Deb.
Like balding, like I'm just getting thin.
No,
like thin on the fairway up there.
You look
good,
fine.
We're just messing with
my girls always tell me, like, why do you have to cut your hair so short? You look like you're balding.
No.
Daughters, right? So
no, you don't.
Yeah.
My daughter's very critical of my appearance too. My young one, my 3-year-old. Yeah, she's and then I go outside, I do some yard work, and I'll come in, and she's obsessed with Band-Aids right now.
Oh,
like I've never seen. Like we have a Costco stock of Band-Aids, and she will race through those in a week. She puts Band-Aids on her little, like her babies, her little dolls, and everything. But if I come in from mowing the lawn, I got a nick on my shin or something from weed whacking, she'll be like, "Come on, Dad, sit down, I'll go with you." And she'll go in at like 12 Band-Aids, and then sometimes I forget I have them on.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, like I go to roll over and I'm like, oh, what was that?
Is that your princess Band-Aid that you're wearing?
Yeah,
that's good.
Princess.
That's awesome.
Band-Aid. Yeah, she's got.
I remember how many times that happened when the girls were little. I was like, oh, Dad, you just put this.
Yeah.
We went to the store the other day, and I said, if you behave, like every parent does, bribes their kid for good behavior.
Of course.
If you behave, I will, we'll get you something, and then you can bring something home to play, whether a toy or not. So we were walking through the toy section, and all of a sudden she looks at me. She's like, "I want Band-Aids."
I want Band-Aids.
And my cheap mind went, "Sure, yes, I would much rather buy you Band-Aids than a $30 figure doll or whatever." So we went over to the Band-Aid section, and she's like, "How many boxes can I get?" And I'm like, "All of them. I don't care." They were $2.
Yeah.
So she got like Bluey and SpongeBob, but she loves Band-Aids.
They go through that stage. I used to have Batman Band-Aids on me all the time.
Yeah, she's into it. Well, guys, thank you so much. Congratulations to the Tri-City Group.
Yes.
Congratulations to the Palmer family. Is that still just family owned and operated?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome.
Mhm.
We love to see that. Anytime you guys need anything, Sarah, John, anybody from your team that needs anything from Clinton, give us a call.
Likewise, whatever we can do to help.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, we continue. One of the cool things for our contractors and construction companies and architects and anything, the list goes on. If you're involved in the construction process, from dirt to realizing an actual building, we have a list of all of our members. So whenever we get a project inquiry, we do share that list with them. So because we always want them to choose members first.
Yeah, we have the career fair coming up right on the 14th.
Yep.
September 16th.
16th.
Yep, we have
That's
a
close.
career fair coming up. Stacy Borgeson, our director of workforce development and talent attractions, overseeing that. We're trying to figure out how to put on career fairs successfully these days because they're funky now.
Yep.
Post 9/11, geez.
Well, it is post 9/11.
Post
It is post 9/11.
Technically.
But what I meant to say was COVID.
Yeah.
Career fairs, we did a drive-through career fair for years where people just drove up and we handed them a bag full of job opportunities. We got back into having the mix of doing the casino thing with the perimeter just full of people, sharing their tchotchke items. So you usually have 3 sets of people that show up to career fairs. You have one that's actively looking for a job and an unemployed. You have 2 that's employed and is secretly looking for another opportunity. And then you have the people that just want to fill the bag with as many beer koozies and pens and stress balls they can possibly
That
get.
never happens.
So we're just trying to figure out, we've messed around with time of day. We've messed around with day of the week. So it's hit or miss, but we got to keep doing it. So it's just, we're trying to figure out what's successful and what's not.
Is there an outside the box idea to come up with some sort of a skilled trades event that would highlight, Clinton community and EICC and that we could help with in some way that would?
I think that's a good idea. I mean, so DeWitt Chamber and Development Company, Angela and her crew down there do a phenomenal job in partnership with Central DeWitt School District.
A new building right next to, in fact, there's a business going up right next to the building in DeWitt from the community college.
I think prefab steel building.
Iconic. Yeah.
So they do a great job, but we have to figure out something because to Stacy's credit, Borgeson in our office, she's quickly realized that our employers are overwhelmed by the amount of requests they get from teacher counselors and educators and people like Stacy. So she has brought this group of people together, all of those that are out there soliciting time with a professional and to come in for plant tours and stuff like that. And she's going to streamline the process, which hopefully makes it easier because our Nestle's, our Lyondell's, ADM really doesn't offer a plant tour. You can come into the main facility and they show you a video and stuff and pass around some of the things they manufacture there, but they're just overwhelmed by the amount of requests they receive to come in and showcase to students what they offer. So,
and it's all worth it. I
way worth it.
Andy this before, but we went out to eat and it was nothing fancy because you just walk up and then you take your food. But we walked up and there was a young man, high school senior there, and then 2 girls. And I happened to know him and I said, "So what are you going to do after graduation?" And he said, "I'm going into HVAC." The 2 girls went, "Wow."
Yeah.
They just thought that was the greatest thing. And it just reminds me of my dad always said,
maybe they thought that was a rapper, HVAC.
HVAC.
The new
Notorious HVAC.
Or it was such a rarity that somebody actually knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
He was determined.
Oh, what? You
too.
have plans for your life? That's amazing.
That's appealing. That's appealing.
That's appealing. You're going to earn a paycheck before you're 30. That's appealing.
Wow.
Right.
No debt, really, either.
Yeah.
But my dad said about 15, 20 years ago, he said, we're going to be in big trouble because everybody's going into computer and getting educated like that, which we needed. But he said in 15 years, we're going to be.
What does a computer run on? Electric. Yep, got to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, before we go down any more rabbit holes here, in closing, Philadelphia Eagles are the greatest sports team in the history of the world.
Yeah, in closing.
But Jenny, what do you got going on the rest of the week?
Oh, busy. You're good. You have a great opportunity coming up.
Oh crap! I gotta leave tomorrow. I
That's
just
right.
realized that.
No, it's
Yeah.
a great
It
opportunity.
is a good opportunity, but
Yeah.
I totally brain dumped it. So I got
Oh no. Yeah.
So we're part of the Iowa Chamber Alliance. So all the largest communities in the state of Iowa are part of this alliance group. We do a lot of political advocacy to benefit not only the chambers of commerce and organizations like Grow Clinton, but make sure that we support a welcoming business environment here in the state of Iowa.
Right.
So we're having our strategic offsite planning session in Iowa City at the Graduate Hotel beginning tomorrow at 10 and then closing up around lunchtime on Friday. So I will go there for that. But yeah.
Have you ever been to the Graduate Hotel?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
some of the paintings and stuff freak me out a little bit.
Yeah.
But the books in the back, like behind reception
Yes.
and stuff, are
Yeah.
so neat.
Oh,
All the
that's
quotes
you.
everywhere.
You and your
Freak
books.
me out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
freak
books.
me out.
Well, I don't like pictures, which is funny. And I'll tell this story. Then we'll close. Sarah, stop talking so much so we can
You
close
Another
out.
were
rabbit
down
hole.
over there.
I didn't. Sarah started this rabbit hole. It's her
Yeah.
fault.
No, we were in, I can't remember where we were. And it was an old hotel and they redeveloped it back into a hotel with new amenities and stuff. But all the rooms were themed. So my friends had like all these cool themed rooms, like mobster.
Yeah.
I had like a baby themed room with a bassinet and like a baptism dress hanging on the wall and
They
stuff.
ran out of ideas.
I was
Random.
like, what is this? And there's like dolls. I don't like dolls,
No.
especially the ones that the eyes move
No. Creepy.
like gravity. I don't like it.
No.
What about you, Sarah?
Those were in your room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have left.
I would have left.
So I slept under the covers and
I
just,
would not have slept in
Yeah.
the room. I would have.
oh, trust me. I've stayed in enough hotels that I've got some really bad experiences.
Just
but,
failed.
yeah.
Fail.
All right.
That's an advertisement of where not to stay.
Yeah.
The
no, it
theme
was
could
cool.
have been though, it got you up every 2 hours with crying, like
Mhm.
a regular baby.
Daddy, whoa,
That wouldn't have been
No.
extra creepy at all.
There is a really cool Capone room up at the Hotel Julian. in New
Yeah,
York.
I've heard of that.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Nice.
Never been in it, but I've heard good things. You have to check it out.
Well-
All right, everybody. Well, that's been another episode of the Grow Clinton podcast. Hey, do me a favor. Go to growclinton.com/survey. Again, growclinton.com/survey and let us know how we're doing. One of the things we focus on here at Grow Clinton is constantly creating a suite of benefits and resources that you, our members, value. So you get what it's called a return on your investment. growclinton.com/survey. Let us know how we're doing. Again, my name is Andy Sokolovich. That's Jenny Holmes. Say bye, Jenny.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next time. Stay classy.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on all your socials. Until next time, see ya.